All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to do something different. Every single time I fly, I always want to glorify my Lord and Savior. And how do I do that? I don't know. It's hard to do that as an airline pilot, and I talked to some folks about that. But honestly, it doesn't have to be something so elaborate or something so extravagant. Um, so what I want to do in order to glorify the Lord is just by sharing some simple verses when I start these streams. So today's verse is brought to you by Ephesians chapter 5 verse 8. For once you oops, for you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Live as children of light. And I think this is an excellent verse to reflect on because as a pilot, or wherever career, whatever you're doing in the world, um, you can be so easily distracted by the hustle and bustle of the world. You know, you have a routine, you do this, you do that. You have to pick up the kids from school, you have to drop them off, you have to cook food, whatever it may be. We sometimes may forget that we are light in this world and we are children of God, and we have to live constantly in that light. And when we get into this hustle and bustle, we might, like I said, we might forget and we might step into darkness at times. Um, so it's important whenever we are doing our daily routines or whatever it may be that we remind ourselves that we are children of light and we need to live in the light. That means be a source of joy for other people in the world. When I'm flying, I have to be a source of joy to those that I work around. So today's verse is again very very nice, and I'll try to keep doing this on every single time I fly. For now, let's go ahead and focus on our flight today. We are in Salt Lake City. This is the base for Delta. As you can tell, there's many of Delta's airplanes here, and today we're doing a couple flights. The short hops, pretty much. They're very very short. Um, today flight Today's flight, we're going to be doing a flight from Salt Lake City to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And then the plan is to go from Jackson Hole, Wyoming back to Salt Lake City and then pick up another flight over to Glacier Park International. And we'll see how that goes, and then maybe I think, depending on the day, how it goes, maybe we'll come back to Salt Lake City and finish it off. Again, these flights are an hour long, so they're not very long. Um, so I like doing short hops, practice the landings and whatnot. And as you can see today, we are in the Airbus A319. It's a baby bus compared to the A321 that we were flying yesterday. It is much shorter. A321, you have more of a tail strike risk. With this one, not so much. However, it does behave differently. Each Airbus behaves a little differently, and we'll see how this one feels. Great. Let's go ahead and start talking about this dispatch release. Let's see what the airport's doing right now. As you can see, there's a lot of planes here. Hopefully, the traffic add-on works well with Beyond ATC. Right now, it looks good. No movement so far. And it is quite foggy here in Salt Lake City. Much foggier than I expected it to be. A little bit low on the visibility. You can see some mountains are being obstructed over there by that visibility. I looked over Jackson Hole. The weather over there is not too bad. It's pretty good. So we'll see how it is. And then Glacier Park looks pretty good too. Got some birds flying in the air over there. I do hear an airplane. I hear an airplane, but I don't see an airplane moving. There's a Delta A330 there. Maybe it's just the ambient sounds, but I don't hear an aircraft moving. Let me see the map here. Nope. No aircraft movement so far. Okay. Yeah, so let's go ahead and climb into the airplane. Let's get going. We got a lot of stuff to do. Okay. First officer's on deck already. Okay. So, looking at our dispatch release, let's go ahead and brief it up. I'll put it up on here so I can have you guys can see what I'm looking at as well. Great. So we're ship number 333. I don't have a ship number there, but we're in the right airplane. Our dispatcher is Miss Whitney Horn, or Horn Whitney. I think it's Whitney Horn. And then our departure time here is 21:30 Zulu, so we got about 56 minutes till departure. And of course that time goes by very fast when we are busy pre-flighting. And we arrive around 22:40 Zulu at Jackson Hole, which is about, and it looks like an hour and 10 minutes of flying time total. 36 minutes en route time. And our alternate's going to be Idaho Falls. Okay, looking good so far. Let's go with the plan summary. This is all kind of the same thing. Our target landing window is 22:24 Zulu to 34 Zulu. And we're in the A319. So for our route of flight that we filed today is for the Rugged 3 departure, Holter transition, then direct to Elk, then direct to Moss, and then direct to Jackson Hole. No arrival, but we can expect to plan to do, they have an ILS runway 19, I believe. So we got 112 passengers, 3,696 in the cargo, zero fuel weights 115,804, and then our block fuel is 11,270 pounds. Our min fuel is 10,830. Right now we don't anticipate any delays leaving Salt Lake City, so we should be fine with the estimated 20-minute taxi time. We'll be taking off with a ramp weight of 127,074 pounds. Takeoff weight's 126,634. And our landing weight's 123,040. Huge difference in the A321, where yesterday I believe we were landing with a landing weight of like 160 something, 169. Now we're at 123. Great. So our cost index is 8, and our we got our taxi of 20 minutes. Would take about 36 minutes en route time. Alternate's going to be around 25 minutes to fly there, and then we got a reserve of 45 minutes. We got a contingency of 20 minutes as well. We're loading up exactly what we need. We need to save the money. We need to save money for Delta Airlines. All right. Again, our planned landing fuel is going to be 7,236, and our min fuel declared over there is 5,256. And the only fuel we have available for delay is 1,980 pounds of fuel, which is 20 minutes at 15,000 feet in clean configuration. All right. Okay, so here is our dispatch remarks. Nothing on the MEL list. I wish they would incorporate that. That would be really cool. All right, the Rugged 3 departure, and pretty simple route. Short flight. And we're climbing up to, what was the altitude we're climbing up to? 31,000 feet. So we'll climb up to 31,000 feet. Okay, let's take a look at NOTAMs and remarks. And right now company NOTAMs look good. I'm just gonna burn through these real quick. And okay, that's good, that's good. Alright. Runway 16 right, 34 left is closed from the 21st of December, 1600 Zulu, which is that's already active, to 2359. So 16 right, 34 left is closed. 1735. Okay. Okay, so that's fine. And then looking at the SID, we're doing the Rugged 3 departure. So let me scroll down here. The Rugged 3 departure out of Salt Lake City. I don't see anything on here. We got takeoff minimums. The runway 32. Okay, so if we get runway 32, we'll look at that. I don't think we'll be using runway 32. We have runway 34 right. So okay. Okay, so here's one for our departure here. So we got the Rugged 3 departure. Change initial climb altitude on all departures to read 9,000 or lower assigned by ATC. So we'll get something assigned by ATC, but in case not, we have 9,000 we need to put down. Alright, and then that's the approach procedures. We can take a look at this real quick because we are coming back here. Alright, Cat 2 is not available for 34 right. And ILS 34 right intermediate fix is unserviceable. Inner marker, excuse me. And runway 16, oh no, okay, no. I'm kind of yapping around here, just babbling off, but bear with me. Alright, taking a look at Jackson Hole. Alpha 3, field condition, patchy ice and compacted snow, base medium, obstacles at. Okay, so it looks like some of the taxiways have some ice. Oh boy. Jacksonville Nav ILS runway 19 localizer. It's unserviceable. Oof. Okay, so the ILS is unserviceable right now. So as of right now, the ILS is not working. Today, yep, I guess it must be broken or something like that, because they haven't fixed it yet. RNAV Zulu runway 19 amendment 3 alpha circling cat. So I mean, it is very good conditions over at the airport, so we can definitely expect we can plan on doing the RNAV, which is fine because we come in at Moss. That's totally fine. Yeah, we'll come in at Moss and do the RNAV X-ray. Let me see. Is this it is an RMP. We're gonna simulate that we are authorized to fly it, okay? Because this is a flight simulator and I can do whatever I want. Anyways, so let's see. So RNAV Zulu. This is the RNAV X-ray. What is there one that's not RMP? Let me look at this one. This is the same thing. This is RNAV Yankee. Minimums bring you down. We usually get 0.03 on the accuracy. So we got a decision out to 6,781 with that one. And then the RNAV, we got RNAV Zulu as well. Let me look at this one. 606. This one is not. Okay, so we can do the RNAV Zulu because that one doesn't have RMP. And that one brings you down to 6,651. Actually, no, 7,220 because we're doing LNAV. We're not LPV approved. Okay, and like I said, the visibility is good over there, so we should be perfectly fine to conduct this approach. We need a 2 statute mile visibility. Good, very good. Perfect. Alright, so that risk is mitigated. Let's continue down here, and we're leaving at, what was it, 21:30? Yeah, 21:30, so we got plenty of time here. Getting a good brief. We're not going to look at the alternate NOTAMs. Aircraft discrepancy, nothing on the aircraft discrepancy report, and we are looking at arriving at 22:40. So it is more than an hour, so we do have to look at the forecast. So we're gonna look at, this is, oh boy. So this actually might be concerning. Temporarily from 1800 to 1900 Zulu for like an hour, it's gonna drop down to 3/4 statute mile, which is alright. I mean, we're gonna get there around 22:40. That's happening, like, it looks like that happened already. So at 2000 Zulu, it's 6 statute miles, and then at 0400 Zulu, is still 6 statute miles. So you can see the weather starts to drop a little bit as the time passes. Around 04 to 07, there's going to be some light snow, broken clouds start to form at 3000, and then 5 statute miles at 1000 Zulu, which is tomorrow. But for right now, it's good. Let's take a look here at origin. 6 statute miles, hazy clouds, or hazy conditions, broken 16,000. Altimeter 3021. Excuse me. And then our alternate, 6 statute miles literally the entire day. So we're looking good. Great. There's our weather, and our flight crew today is brought to you by Mr. Nicholas Cruz. I don't like that name, by the way. I really don't. I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah, that name's not good. I feel bad for whoever actually has that name. That's a bad name right there. Tainted. In the back we have Nora Martin, Carrie Bolton, Julius Schultz, and Carla Gray. Sweet. Let's take a look at the weather. So over here, looks like we're clear of any significant weather. There's some moderate turbulence over to the west, and we'll be having a crosswind the entire flight from the west. And taking a look at the vertical profile, we'll leave Salt Lake City. There's a little bit of updrafts over by 10,000 feet, but looks like we'll be above that. And looks pretty good. There's might be a little bit of updrafts going up to Moss. That's from the mountain turbulence. So we might expect some mountain turbulence on the way back down to Jackson Hole. But for now, looks pretty good. Let's take a look at the weather on my iPad here, because I can have the air mets and sigmets, and we are clear of air mets and sigmets. So we're looking really solid on the weather today. Nothing on the radar either. And let's take a look at icing. We should be fine on icing. It's temperatures. I didn't even check the temperatures. Give me a second. Temperatures here at Salt Lake City is at 05. So, I mean, we need to have anti-ice on for anything less than 10 degrees, and the saturated temperature of anything above -40. So we might need to use engine ice, and we might need a de-ice. Put some de-icing fluid on the aircraft just in case. So let's go ahead and request de-icing, just so we can have that fluid put on, because we also need anti-ice for anything less than 1 statute mile, but we're okay. Alright, so 1 statute mile or 3 statute miles? I think it's 1. Anywho, we'll request the icing anyways. And we're looking pretty good. Right now, there's a little bit of icing at 22,000 feet. over at Jackson Hole. And on the way down, it looks like it gets cleared out. So looking good. Alright.
Confirm aircraft is ready for treatment.
Hey, sir. Yes, we are ready.
We begin treatment now and observe. Fluid type 1. Concentration at 50%. We'll call you back when ready.
Alright, sweet. Considering that we have 40 minutes to go, 42 minutes, let's start setting up.
Roger.
Thank you, Nicholas. Alright, he just turned on the external power. Let's go ahead and no circuit breaker pops. Everything looks good. We got our crash axe and our fire glove. He's got his escape rope. I have my escape rope, which is up there. And we'll check the oxygen here in just a second. I hate the GSX menu, bro.
De-icing and anti-icing completed. Anti-icing coded. Fluid type 1. Concentration at 50%. I'm disconnecting. Good day.
Alright. See ya, man. Alright. These guys are gonna start getting the flight going here. That's the line here. Over we go, ground control, cockpit voice recorder test. That's good, that's good, this is good. Perfect. Over here, turn that to nav. Arm the emergency lights. Arm the smoking signs. And we'll test all the enunciators. Now we're looking excelente. Dome light can be off, and that's good. Ditching is guarded. This is on auto, and auto. That's good. We'll turn the probe heat on, and we'll have engine anti-ice on for today's departure. Alright. Packs can come off, actually. Leave the packs off for now. And external power is connected. Come over here, check the batteries. Actually, we're not done refueling here, so we'll get that going. Check engine fire number 1. Engine fire number 2. Excellent. This is on data. Everything looks good. MCP panel. We'll just set this to 9,000 for the NOTAM. Everything looks good up here. And we'll get our ATIS here in just a second. .3021 is the altimeter setting. Oh. What's it doing? Alright. That looks good. Aircraft is refueling. And go over here. Check our oil quantities, looking in the green. Alright, things look good. Batteries are charging. Fuel is coming in. That looks good. Sweet. And we'll come over here, check our nav database, and we're good till the 25th of December. Alright. VHF 1 is on. VHF 2. Radar is off. Throttle set to idle. Engine is off in the cutoff mode and set to norm. Transponder is good. Ground spoiler are retracted. Flaps are in its correct position. Rear trim's neutral. Parking brake set. Gear extension is guarded. Alright. Check our oxygen masks. And we're not taking much fuel today. I think we're already done with the refueling. We got 11,270 pounds. Sweet. Go ahead and turn that on. And fuel pumps can come online. Cockpit preparation checklist. Get this
Gear
plane set
pins
up
and
quick.
covers.
Removed.
Fuel quantity.
11,260 pounds.
Seat belts.
On.
ADERs.
Nav.
Barrow ref.
3021 set.
3, 0, 2, 1. Set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Sweet. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's look at this departure plate. Let's go here. Quite literally, we'll go right here, and we'll go do the on that departure, etc. All right. Boom. We got Salt Lake City, Rugged 3 departure, and we can expect runway 34 right for departure today. 34 right is a standard takeoff with minimum climb of 310 feet per nautical mile to 11,500. If you look at 310 feet, we climb around 150 knots to 200, and with a conservative number of 1,033, we can definitely make that climb. Density altitude isn't a big issue today. It's cold and it's not that humid outside, so we're good. Okay. So runway 34 right. We'll climb left turn on the heading between 310 clockwise, 340 from the departure end of the runway, whichever heading we get, right? And we'll climb up to top altitude of 23,000 actually. And we'll go to Bubby. We'll get radar vectors over to Bubby. And then at or above 11,000, 10 to 12,000 at Rugged. And then we'll continue over to, which I believe we're going over to, what's our, Holter. Okay, so we'll go over to Holter, we'll turn left to Cloud, and then Swaggy, and then Holter. And we'll continue climbing up to 31,000 feet from there. Alright, pretty simple departure. Coming to init request. Flight init data request. And today we are Delta 2269. Nice. 2269. And our cost index is Ocho. Climbing up to 31. And outside temperature is 5 degrees. And our winds request that. I need to do a 777 flight. I think this time that we're going to be off, we're definitely going to do a 777 flight. Now, they said the runway is closed, so hopefully runway's 16 right, 34 left is closed. Knowing that Beyond ATC can't tell if it's closed or not, if they tell us runway 34 left, we'll just request 34 right. Because we're trying to simulate real operations here. So if it says it's closed, then we gotta comply. Alright, there's our departure: Bubby, Rugged, and Cloud, Swaggy, and Alter, Elk, and Moss, and then our arrival. It's a very short flight. So we're gonna do the Arnaz Zulu, because the ILS is out. Arnaz Zulu. Where are you? I think it's down here. Arnaz Zulu. Runway 9. And we're gonna come in via Moss. Alright. And let's make sure our...
Hi, the security and safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So we got Swaggy, Elk, and then Moss. And then at Moss, they want us to be at 14,000, which is set up on here. And then the Du Noir VOR will be at 230 knots and 12,800 feet. And then at Zibiv at 11,710 knots. Perfect. And then Sozuv at 9,800. Warm Ru at 8,700. And then Yasgu at 8,000. That's our final approach fix. And then at Sosu at 7,540. And then again, our missed approach is a runway threshold. And our decision altitude, our minimum descent altitude, 7,220. Our VDP is 2.2 nautical miles from the runway. Can I put an offset here? I don't know how to do that actually. I need to look that up, how to do that. Alright, so our flight plan looks excellent. Let's go to our performance. They're going to start boarding passengers here soon. And it is currently 21, so we got plenty of time and we are early. Runway 34 right, conditions are dry. Let's do it flaps optimal for Stoga, yes. Anti-ice will be on, and we're going to do just engine anti-ice, and packs will be off. Okay. 138, 139, 143. Flaps 1, up 0.5. Go ahead and send that to the McDo. And we're looking good. Secondary flight plan, go over here. SLC, ESLC. Boom, put that in there. We'll just put an altitude of like 9,000 for now. Actually, minimum safe altitude here is 13,000. Okay, we'll put 23 instead. It's fine. Then we want to go to secondary, go to perf. And we want to go ahead and do all the way to the end and put in our current weather here. Winds are calm at the moment, looks like. And 7 statute miles. And our temperature is now 6 degrees. And QNH 3018. Great. Let's go ahead and let's start talking to ATC. So we have, let's do 124.75.
2.01. Altimeter 3021. Landing and departing runways 34 right, 34 left, 35. Advise on initial contact, you have information Bravo. Salt Lake City Airport information Bravo. 2023 Zulu. Wind 340 at 3. Visibility 6. Haze. Ceiling 16,000 broken. 20000 broken. Temperature 05. 2.01. Altimeter 3021. Landing and departing runways 34 right, 34 left, 35. Advise on initial contact, you have information Bravo. 30.
May I see your boarding pass?
No. Alright. Let's go ahead and let's get our clearance going.
Welcome on board. May I see your boarding
Right.
pass?
May I see your boarding pass? Yes, you may see my boarding pass. 127.38 on the frequency,
Welcome on board.
and we'll talk to clearance delivery.
Hello? This way, please.
Salt Lake City, Delta 2269, request IFR clearance. We have information Bravo.
Cleared to Newark Liberty Airport. Rugged Tree departure with the Rock Springs transition, then as filed. Climb via SID. Departure frequency 128.1. Squawk Tree 05 Tree, United 2446.
United 2446, read back correct. Contact ground 121.9er when ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground 121.9er when ready, United 2446.
Delta 2269, Salt Lake City clearance, thanks for Bravo, cleared to Jackson Hole Airport. Rugged Tree departure with the Holter transition, then as filed. Climb via SID. Departure frequency 126.25. Squawk Tree 746.
Cleared to Jackson Hole Airport. Rugged 3 departure with the Holter transition, then is filed. Climb via SID, departure frequency 126.25. Squawk 3746. Delta 2269.
Delta 2269, read back correct. Contact ground 123.775 when ready for push or start.
Ground 123.775 when ready for pushback or engine start. Delta 2269. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Alright.
Hello? Hello?
Alright. Are you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Let's go ahead and put this in here real quick.
Boarding pass, please.
Alright, so we're going over to Jackson Hole. Weather over here today is right now just updated to being calm, but it's still reporting 340 at 3. We have 7 statute miles, and then temperature is 6 degrees and altimeter 3021. Excuse me. We're gonna do right now runway 34 left is closed, so we're gonna do a little longer taxi over to 34 right. We can expect Bravo, and then Golf, and then Golf 1. We have about 12,000 feet of runway to use. Conditions are currently great for our departure, and no threats on our taxi route there today. We're doing the Rugged 3 departure. We meet the minimum climb gradient and the takeoff minimums. We'll climb at a runway heading at first, and then we'll expect radar vectors over to Bubby at above 11,000. Then we'll turn right to Rugged at 12,000. Then continue on to Holter and then S-File from there. Terrain is a big concern here as we're going to be flying through a lot of high terrain. The peaks here in this section is at 14,000 feet. And then over in Jackson Hole it's just as high, so let's see here. Our V speeds is V1 138, VR 139, V2 143, flaps 1 up 0.5 on the trim. We'll do a toga takeoff. Temperatures right now is 5 degrees and saturated temperature is 5 degrees as well. So we're gonna do an engine 1 and 2 anti-ice departure as well. Packs will be off, and let's see here. This will be a left-hand seat takeoff. For any failure prior to V1, we'll board takeoff, full power to idle, and apply the rejected takeoff procedure. Anything prior to after V1, we'll continue the takeoff and take the issue up in the air. Yeah. Any questions?
No questions.
Great. I'll be right back. Let's see what's going on back here.
Hi
Got
guys,
some
here's
planes
the load
moving.
sheet
That's
for
great.
you.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Have a safe flight.
Looks like they're boarding all the bags now. Oh, I think I need to open up the cargo door. Are they sitting down? No, they're not sitting down. How annoying. Whatever. We'll just have to deal with that for today's flight. It's not that big of an issue. Thankfully, it's not. Like the, you know.
Good afternoon. Welcome on board. Good afternoon.
think it's coming from my computer too. Like every other program is kind of slowing down. All right. Looks like they're done boarding. What? I think the lag stopped whenever they stopped boarding passengers. Sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck speaking, we'd like to welcome you aboard today's flight over to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. My name is Captain Gio. Alongside with me is First Officer Nicholas Cruz and our lovely flight attendants in the back. We'd like to welcome you on board today's flight. We ask that you help the cabin prepare for departure by finding your seats and fastening your seatbelts. We're looking like making an on-time departure today. Winds are currently smooth and calm, so we should expect a nice climb up to our cruising altitude of 31,000 feet. Pretty standard departure. It's a very short flight, looking like an estimated time of 36 minutes up in the air. And we'll get you down on the ground at Jackson Hole around 3:40 Mountain Standard Time. If there's anything we can do to help make the flight any more comfortable, please do not hesitate to ask. Flight attendants will be making their way around the cabin to verify the security of the aircraft. Again, we welcome you on board today's flight. Thank you. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. Stand by for all-call, cross doors, and arm doors and cross-check. Before start checklist. Before start checklist.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay, what's going on? Before start checklist.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
Yes. Yes.
Departure checks
Okay.
completed.
Yes.
Bypass pin inserted.
Before start checklist. Is this picking up my microphone?
Audio test complete.
Guess not.
Audio test complete.
You know, that makes me wonder. 1 second. Test.
Locking gear.
Okay, so it is picking up audio on the stream. Before start checklist. Yes. Alright, let me kill the program. Before start checklist. Before start checklist. Yeah, he's bugged right now. Alright. Let's go ahead and restart the program. Gotta love it. Before start checklist.
Parking brake.
There you go. Set.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
Set and checked.
V1, 1, 3, 8. VR, 1, 3, 9. V2, 1, 4, 3. Windows.
Closed.
Beacon.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Okay. Ground Delta 2269, request push and start.
Delta 2269, Salt Lake City ground, pushback approved, face west.
Pushback and engine start approved, face west, Delta 2269.
Delta 220 Heavy, request taxi.
Oh my goodness, this is...
Delta 220 Heavy, runway tree 4 left taxi via 2 Sierra Alpha, Alpha 1.
Runway tree 4 left taxi via 2 Sierra Alpha, Alpha 1, Delta 220 Heavy.
Release parking brake, please. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay. Starting engine 2.
Okay.
Cabin crew, armed officer cross-check.
Alright, pressure's in the green. Yeah.
Please set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Southwest 3782 at gate 17, request pushback.
Unlocking gear.
Southwest 3782, Salt Lake City ground, pushback approved, face west. Pushback approved, face west, Southwest 3782.
Tow truck disconnected.
Starting engine 1.
Bypass pin removed.
Okay.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Delta 220 Heavy, contact Salt Lake City Tower 1 tree 2.65.
Contact Tower 1 tree 2.65, Delta 220 Heavy, take care.
Southwest 3782, ready to taxi to the active. Southwest 3782, runway tree 4, left taxi via 14, Tree Whiskey Charlie, 2 November Alpha, Alpha 1. Runway 34, left taxi via 143 Whiskey Charlie, 2 November Alpha, Alpha 1, Southwest 3782.
Alright, after start checklist.
Anti-ice.
On.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
0.5% set.
Rudder trim.
Neutral.
After start checklist completed.
Flight control check.
Ready. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full left. Full right.
Okay.
Neutral.
Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Brake check. Brake
Pressure
check.
0.
Okay, great.
Delta 1395 at gate 22, request pushback.
Taxi
Delta
checklist.
1395, Salt Lake City ground, hold position for traffic.
Hold
Flight
position, Delta
controls.
1395.
Oh boy. We're doing flaps. Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 1 plus F.
Config 1 plus F. Radar and predictive wind shear system.
On. On and auto.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Taxi checklist completed.
SkyWest 4019, gate 44 taxi via Alpha 7 Alpha
Pressure 0.
Foxtrot Hotel Yankee,
Ready.
2 November.
Gate 44 taxi via Alpha 7 Alpha Foxtrot Hotel Yankee 2, November SkyWest 4019.
Delta 2269 ready to taxi.
Delta 2269, runway tree 4 right taxi via 1 November Bravo, 2 Sierra Hotel, Hotel 1.
Runway 34, right taxi via 1 November, Bravo, 2 Sierra, Hotel, Hotel 1, Delta 2269.
Southwest 3782, contact Salt Lake City Tower 1 Tree 2.65. Contact Tower
So-
132.65, Southwest 3782.
We're going to Bravo and then let's go ahead and hotel and then hotel.
Delta 1395, Salt Lake City ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Pushback and engine start approved, face west, Delta 1395.
1 Sierra. Where's 1 Sierra? Let me see what the traffic map says here. Okay, so I was right. That's 2 Sierra. Gotcha. He gave us 3-4 right, so that's good. That's right.
Delta 1741, gate Alpha Tree 0 taxi via Alpha 7, Alpha Foxtrot Hotel Yankee, 2 November, 1 November.
Gate Alpha Tree 0 taxi via Alpha 7, Alpha Foxtrot Hotel Yankee, 2 November, 1 November, Delta 1741.
Delta 1395, request taxi to the active.
Delta 1395, runway tree 4 left taxi via 1 November, Alpha, Alpha 1.
Runway tree 4 left taxi via 1 November Alpha, Alpha 1, Delta 1395.
Alright, 2 Sierras up on our right here. We are very small, very light, so we need to be even lighter on the controls, because we're very sensitive. Okay, our min fuel is 10,830. We're at 960, so we need to keep that in mind. Let's just kind of cool it on the throttle here. Just coast it down to the end of the side of this taxiway. But right now we should be okay. We'll look for Hotel 1.
Delta 1395, contact Salt Lake City Tower 1 Tree 2.65.
Over to Tower 1 Tree 2.65, Delta 1395.
Delta 9er 17, gate 17 taxi via Hotel 9er Hotel Yankee, 2 November 2 Sierra.
Gate 17 taxi via Hotel 9er Hotel Yankee, 2 November 2 Sierra, Delta 9er 17.
Yeah, we should be fine. We have 110 pounds of fuel, so, and we should be able to get there in time. We burn about 31 pounds per minute. Alright. Flight attendant, cease for takeoff, please. Lineup checklist.
Delta 2269, contact Salt Lake City Tower
Takeoff
119.05.
Contact Tower 119.05, Delta 2269,
Takeoff
take
runway
care.
confirm. Approach path clear of traffic.
Checked. Runway 34 right confirmed.
Runway 34 right confirmed. TCAS.
TARA.
Packs 1 and 2.
Off.
Lineup checklist completed.
Tower Delta 2269, holding short 34 right. Ready for departure.
Delta 2269, Salt Lake City Tower, wind 260 at tree, fly heading tree 40, runway tree 4 right, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 340, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff, Delta 2269.
Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Approaching. 3, 4, right.
Take off. Take off.
Check.
On runway. 3, 4, right.
%. Good. Mantoga SRS runway, auto throttle blue.
Checked. Thrust set.
You can definitely hear the engines more on this.
100 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Something is lagging.
Delta 2269, contact Salt Lake City departure.
Speed check.
Contact Salt
Flap
Lake City
0.
departure, Delta 2269. Salt Lake City departure, Delta 2269, climbing via rugged 3 5900.
Delta 2269, Salt Lake City departure, radar contact, cleared direct Bubby, resume the rugged 3.
Cleared direct Bubby, resume the rugged 3, Delta 2269.
Anti-ice off. Autopilot 1 on. think I'm gonna take a break at Jackson Hole and get something to eat because I'm starving. We'll simulate a little layover. I don't know. We'll pretend that there's a maintenance delay or something. Because I need to cook food.
Standard cross-checked. Passing flight level 183. Now.
The wing flexing. It's cool.
Delta 2269, contact Salt Lake Center 135.775.
Contact Salt Lake Center 135.775, Delta 2269, see you. Good day, Salt Lake Center, Delta 2269, climbing via Rugged 3, flight level 205.
Frame rate.
Delta 2269, Salt Lake Center, good day, climb maintain flight level 310.
Climb maintain flight level 310, Delta 2269.
Salt Lake Center, Delta 1395, climbing via Rugged Tree, flight level 200.
Delta 1395, Salt Lake Center, good day, climb and maintain flight level 330.
Climb and maintain flight level 330, Delta 1395.
Delta 1395, contact Salt Lake Center 127.7.
Contact Salt Lake Center 127.7, Delta 1395.
already 4:45, dude. I feel like this day just zipped by. I woke up late and I made breakfast, cleaned up the house a little bit. But man, this day has just disappeared on me. It just straight up disappeared. It's already sunset. That's wild, dog.
Delta 2269, contact
1,000 to
Salt
go.
Lake Center 127.7.
Contact Salt Lake Center 127.7, Delta 2269. Salt Lake Center, Delta 2269, climbing via Rugged 3, flight level 302.
Delta 2269, Salt Lake Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, you may have noticed we have leveled off at our cruise altitude. It's a pretty short flight, so we can expect to do our top descent here in the next 15 minutes or so. We ask that you, if you need to use the bathroom, now is the time to do so, as the seatbelt signs will shortly be coming on soon. And we thank you for flying with us. Delta 2269, contact Salt Lake Center 128.35.
Contact Salt Lake Center 128.35, Delta 2269, take care. Salt Lake Center, Delta 2269, flight level 310.
Delta 2269, Salt Lake Center, good day. Alaska 522, contact Salt Lake Center 132.4, take care.
Contact Salt Lake Center 132.4, Alaska 522.
115.8 plus 7.5. Medium brakes then. It's not a very long runway, it's less than 7,000, 6,299 feet. So we're gonna do medium brakes.
Center SkyWest 3240, good day, flight level 367.
SkyWest 3240, Salt Lake Center, radar contact. Delta 2269, Salt Lake Center, expect radar vectors, ILS Yankee, runway 19er.
No, we're doing the RNAV.
Expect radar vectors, ILS Yankee, runway 19er, Delta 2269.
He's giving me the ILS, so we're just gonna do the RNAV anyways, so we'll just disregard any instruction. Honestly, we'll follow the altitudes on our flight plan.
Salt Lake Center, Air Shuttle 6166, 16,500.
Air Shuttle 6166, Salt Lake Center, radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 330.
Continue climb to flight level 330, Air Shuttle 6166.
United 2064, turn right heading 320, descend and maintain flight level 250. Vectors for the approach.
Turn right heading 320, descend and maintain flight level 250, United 2064.
SkyWest 3240, you were assigned flight level 370. I show you at flight level 359er. Climb and maintain flight level 370.
SkyWest
Roger,
is
climb and maintain flight level 370, SkyWest 3240.
United 2064, altimeter 3021, expect radar vectors for ILS Yankee, runway 19er.
Altimeter 3021, expect radar vectors for ILS Yankee, runway 19er, United 2064.
United 2064, descend and maintain 13,000 feet, altimeter 3021.
Descend and maintain 13,000 feet, altimeter 3021, United 2064.
Delta 2269, fly present heading, descend, maintain 11,000 feet, altimeter 3021, Jackson Hole Airport landing, runway 19er.
Fly present heading, descend, maintain 1,000 feet, altimeter 3021, Jackson Hole Airport landing, runway 19er, Delta 2269.
We're going to deviate from his instructions, unfortunately.
Salt Lake Center, SkyWest 4721, flight level 350.
SkyWest 4721, Salt Lake Center, radar contact. Air Shuttle 6166, contact Salt Lake Center 132.4.
Contact Salt Lake Center 132.4, Air Shuttle 6166.
Salt Lake Center, SkyWest 5656, flight level 224. SkyWest 5656, Salt Lake Center.
Delta 2269, turn right, heading 025 vectors for the approach. Expect further clearance in about 6-7 miles.
Turn right, heading 025, Delta 2269.
United 2064, contact Salt Lake Center 133.25.
Contact Salt Lake Center 133.25, United 2064. Have a good day.
Delta 2269, altimeter 3021, expect radar vectors for ILS Yankee runway 19er.
Altimeter 3021, expect radar vectors for ILS Yankee runway 19er, Delta 2269.
Approach checklist.
Barrow ref.
Salt Lake Center, United 501, flight level 350.
2. Set. Seatbelts.
On.
United 501, Salt
Minimum.
Lake Center.
Set and checked.
Auto brake.
Set and checked.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist completed.
Delta 220 Heavy, contact Salt Lake Center 133.25. Take care.
Contact Salt Lake Center 133.25, Delta 220 Heavy.
Delta 2269, contact Salt Lake Center 133.25.
Contact Salt Lake Center 133.25, Delta 2269. Salt Lake Tower, Delta 2269, ILS Yankee runway 19er.
Delta 2269, Salt Lake Tower, wind calm, runway 19er cleared to land.
Okay.
Runway 19er cleared to land, Delta 2269.
very pretty down there. Very pretty. This thing does not like to slow down. A little bit of mountain turbulence I was talking about earlier. These kind of like wavy mountain waves. Turbulence is whatever.
3, 0, 2, 1. Set. Passing. 17,600. Now.
Flight attendant cease for landing, please. Those wings are rocking. To slow down. This thing does not want to slow down.
Altimeter setting.
Bro. Okay.
Altimeter setting.
We're above the glide path here. Just trying to catch up on the speed here.
Altimeter setting.
At least get me to the point where I can take out my flaps.
Altimeter setting.
Landing lights on.
1,000 to go.
Yep.
All aircraft be advised, information uniform now current, altimeter tree 019er. Salt Lake Tower, United 2064, ILS Yankee runway 19er. United 2064, Salt Lake Tower, wind 150 at 5, runway 19er, cleared to land. Runway 19er, cleared to land, United 2064. United 2064, exit next available taxiway. Exit next available taxiway, United 2064.
Altimeter setting.
Alright, flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
This is not what you're supposed to do, but I'm making up for my mistake here.
Altimeter setting. Altimeter setting. Altimeter setting.
Shut up.
Altimeter setting.
Altimeter setting is fine, dude.
Altimeter setting.
This plane does not like to slow down at all. I have full speed brakes out and we're not slowing down. Alright. Let's bring out some gear. Gear down. Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Yeah, dude, this plane does not like to slow down at all. That's crazy. But we'll get there. We'll get to our speeds. Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3. Radar altimeter alive.
Flaps full.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
Final approach. I have control.
You have control.
Autopilot 1 off.
Sync rate. 1,000.
1,000.
Oh. Not right now, ma'am. Give me like a couple of minutes.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue.
Approaching. 19.
500. Too low, terrain. 6, 7, 5.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel.
900 meters remaining.
70 knots.
Alright.
600 meters.
Delta 2269, exit next available taxiway.
Exit next available taxiway, Delta 2269.
Delta 2269, contact ground 124.55. Have a good day.
Ground 124.55, Delta 2269. Have a good one.
Ground Delta 2269, taxi to the gate.
Delta 2269, welcome to Jackson Hole Airport. Say parking or advise if need assignment.
Need assignment, Delta 2269.
Delta 2269, say again gate number.
Oh my gosh.
Request gate 5, Delta 2269.
Delta 2269, gate 5 taxi via Alpha.
Gate 5 taxi via Alpha, Delta 2269.
After landing checklist.
Radar and predictive wind shear system.
Off.
After landing checklist completed.
Oh boy, was that my gate? It is. Wait a second. That's parking 4, dude. I want parking 5. That guy's at the wrong spot. I knew I was in the right spot. Taxi light off. Alright, we'll leave it as it is for now. Oh boy. Alright, aircraft is secured. We'll go ahead and start deboarding now. Alright, let's see what our landing rate was. It wasn't the best, it was kind of hard. 256, not terrible, I suppose. It was a short landing, or short runway, so I wanted to make sure it was in the landing zone. But alright, I'll be right back. Let's go check out the gate, and we'll be. Let me open the doors here.
Passengers bus is coming.
Okay. Thanks. I'm gonna run down to the airport terminal, get something to eat, and we'll be right back. I'll be right back, guys.
Passengers bus is coming.
Delta 1471 ready for airways to Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport.
Delta 1471, Jackson ground cleared to Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport. Alpine 4 departure, Big Piney VOR transition, then is filed. Climb via SID except maintain 1515,000. Departure frequency 133.25. Squawk 4730.
Cleared to Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport. Alpine 4 departure, Big Piney VOR transition, then as filed. Climb via SID except maintain 1515,000. Departure frequency 133.25. Squawk 4730. Delta 1471.
Delta 1471, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Wilco Delta 1471. Delta 1471, Gate 5, request pushback.
Delta 1471, Jackson ground, hold position for traffic.
Hold position, Delta 1471.
Delta Tree 07 Heavy, request IFR clearance to Hartsfield, Jackson, Atlanta I.
Delta 307 Heavy, Jackson ground, cleared to Hartsfield, Jackson, Atlanta I Airport. Alpine 4 departure, Big Piney VOR transition, then as filed. Climb via SID, accept maintain 1515,000, departure frequency 133.25, squawk 4736.
Cleared to Hartsfield, Jackson, Atlanta I Airport. Alpine 4 departure, Big Piney VOR transition, then as filed. Climb via SID, accept maintain 1515,000, departure frequency 133.25, squawk 4736, Delta Tree 07 Heavy.
Delta 307 Heavy, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Roger that, Delta Tree 07 Heavy. Delta Tree 07 Heavy, Gate 6, request pushback and engine start.
Delta 307 Heavy, Jackson ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face north.
Pushback approved, face north, Delta Tree 07 Heavy. Delta Tree 07 Heavy, ready to taxi to the active.
Delta 307 Heavy, runway 19er taxi via Alpha, Alpha 4.
Runway 19er taxi via Alpha, Alpha 4, Delta Tree 07 Heavy.
Delta 307 Heavy, contact Jackson Tower 118.075. See you.
Contact Tower 118.075, Delta Tree 07 Heavy.